What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Sunday Driver. We have a pretty fun one today, and you might notice we're doing it a little bit out of order. As you can see, the sun is going down on us, but we've already got some video of driving and some drone footage and some photos all over the place, so this is a fun one. This is my friend Jordan. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
So we have your lovely Ford Focus ST.
Yes.
Tell me about this thing.
So I've always wanted a WRX ST type vehicle. Long story short, I ended up wanting to go with the ST. It seemed like a better value for everything. So I bought it in 2015. It's got about 23,000 miles on it now.
Was it new then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it brand new with like 41 miles or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I started out with wanting to just do a couple modifications and then kind of got the bug to do everything.
Ah, the snowball. It always happens that way. I'll just do one little thing. Yeah, just a little tweaking. And then, you know, years later, you end up with this.
My tuner warned me as well. He's like, you may want to open it up for other stuff. I'm like, okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
So like stage 3 with these ones, what they call it is basically doing intake, downpipe, exhaust, and mostly downpipe and exhaust is if you want to do big turbo later. It doesn't really add a whole lot to it, but it does help with airflow since you're getting so much in.
Right.
And then that's pretty much what they want for stage 3. And then I added bigger turbo, aux fuel, rear motor mounts, bigger intercooler.
Yeah.
Obviously I just did the vents. I have ram air, a Strino sway bar.
Right. Tell me about these vents. These look, I was telling him earlier off camera that these, I mean, they take it to the next level as far as like visual aggression. It just looks so much more gnarly with these on there.
Yeah, there's no shop that does it. On the forums, I found somebody that was somewhat close by up in Anaheim who helped me put them on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you basically just get the stencil for it, draw it all out, and you just got to cut it open.
Yeah. Dude, that's kind of nerve-wracking on like a car that's this clean.
I was like, this isn't right. This isn't right. Putting it to it.
It's so wrong.
But it turned. I love the way it looks though.
Okay, so these came with like what, 250 horse stock?
Yeah, on 240 to 250. I believe, depending on the year that you picked.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, and pretty much the same with torque. It's like 5 or 10 less torque.
So, and I'm guessing it's not there anymore.
No. So when I dynoed it, I had it about heat gas between 430 and 440.
Okay.
Because there wasn't any airflow, which obviously is important, and it was like.
What do you mean?
So we had it just sitting there on the dyno. There was no air pushing through.
Yeah.
So if you had it like actually running on a track or in a shop, it'd be different. We were outside in like 95-degree weather.
Right.
And we've been running it all day because it was getting tested.
Okay, right.
For Grand Turismo, actually.
Okay, right. So this car is a pretty neat one because if you play, what is it going to be, the new one?
Next one.
So the next Grand Turismo that comes out, if you get this generation ST and then modify it at all, this is the actual car that you're going to end up with. This one, they put it on the dyno and they recorded all the different sounds for it. So if you modify it, this is the actual car that you end up driving.
Yeah.
So what was that process like?
Yeah, so I had a friend of mine, her boyfriend works for them, and long before he even knew he needed the car, we were talking cars, just kind of getting to know each other, kind of stuff, just hanging out.
Right.
And he called me up one day and just said, hey, we're going to basically we're going to be up in LA or Long Beach.
Yeah.
He's like, so if you can get there in a couple days, we can use your car for the game.
Heck yeah.
And so I was obviously there.
Dude, I mean, yeah, you're not going to pass up on that.
No, and it was the day, so I was getting it dialed in for the big turbo and aux fuel.
Right.
The last session was that morning.
Oh my gosh.
And he gave me the thumbs up and said, we can't get any more really safely. This is it.
Yeah.
And so I was still nervous though, because I'm basically going from just getting it tuned to doing a bunch of pulls on the dyno test for their sound. But they basically not redlined it. So that's the other thing on the dyno test. They shorted it about 500, 750 RPMs.
Oh, okay. Why did they do that?
Just because they don't want to blow up your car.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Because they're doing it to max, then they're doing a couple other runs, and they have to get the audio for it, so they do that pull a couple different times, and then they drop it 500 RPMs from there down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they also just want to make sure that they're not a cause for blowing it up or causing any issues while they have it.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, they had a 360 camera inside. They had mics set up everywhere. Like,
yeah.
It was pretty dang cool. And I had he had like a splitter, so I had the headphones on while they were doing the audio testing. So
right.
He was switching the cameras just like they do in the game.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So is there any like visual aspect of the car that will also be in the game as well?
I think all that's customizable. They just took down my parts list. They have a rule basically that you couldn't have anything internally on the engine. You can have bolt-ons, but nothing else.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because obviously if you do an engine swap in an ST or something, or completely change the engine, then it's not really that car anymore.
Right.
So that was one stipulation, and I haven't done anything to the engine. For this car, at least, they're pretty minor adjustments for the costs, as far as power or what you get for it. So I just want to leave it stock.
Yeah, I feel like the way it is right now, it's like the best combination, because everything is basically outside of the engine. Like you said, you didn't crack it open and do pistons and everything, but you're still, dude, it's still a quick car.
Yeah, I mean, it's more so, it's not going to beat much. I'm still going to beat some things, but I didn't make it for a quarter mile. It's not what the turbo set up for. The range and everything is set for the dunes, the things like we just did, like the road courses, things like that, because it's quick.
Right.
And have aftermarket tires on there, the Michelin Super Pilot Sports.
Oh, yeah. So these, dude, I've never felt grip like that. That thing, it's like, I don't even know where the limit would be. You'd have to be really pushing it.
You have to really push it to even get them to chirp.
Yeah.
The 4S's are the 35,000 mile ranked tires.
Right.
But without going basically to slicks or like actual racing tires, like I think most of these are between $1,100 to $1,300 depending on the size that you need. But for what they give, it's night and day compared to what I had. And then I added, it's a little difficult because I added the sway bar and all the power before I swapped them, so I can't really compare them too much. But yeah, they're insane tires. I can't recommend them enough.
And you got to introduce your fresh wheels.
Yeah.
Boom, this week.
NK Dracos.
Love
Their
them.
anthracite is what the color is called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a long time to find a wheel that I liked, and I added the red lug nuts as well.
Look at
just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. But
well, it's just a continuation of the whole theme. So you have the red mud flaps, you have the lug nuts, you have the red brakes, taillights. But also, let's look under the hood and see all the fanciness going on under there.
Yeah, but the only thing you can see from the outside that I did would be the ram air.
Right.
Everything else is really internally. I didn't really change much to the outside of the car, but I just dipped all those parts. Yeah. So this, obviously, intake with the filter goes down to the bigger turbo. This is the aux fuel.
I love the look of the fuel rail.
Yeah.
It's just so clean
looking. Makes it a little tough. And then they had a cover on here that most people hate. I have to take it off anyway because of that.
Oh, it probably wouldn't even fit with the
this thing bumps it too.
Yeah.
So you can't do that.
Well, it just looks so much cooler too with the big plastic thing off of it.
Yeah, agreed. I need to clean it up a little bit, but
yeah,
for the most part,
I think it's just a mental thing for car companies now. They're like, if we cover it in plastic, hopefully they won't try to do anything themselves, and hopefully they'll come to us and spend a whole lot of money making us maintain the car.
But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that have done, you know, I did a lot of research. You should always look at your forms and stuff before you change them and tune them, obviously.
Yep.
But yeah,
well, that was the thing when you went through and built everything, and you went and found, I mean, even if it wasn't chasing the highest horsepower, you were trying to find like the best, most reliable parts for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna last.
Yeah, it's a good balance. Like I said, I don't drive it a ton, so it should last me a long time. But
yeah.
I'm not trying to get, you know, a 10-second quarter mile. I'm not trying to get really anything specific, but it can keep up with a lot of stuff on road courses.
Yeah.
Which is what I like to do the most. I'm not going to be able to do a quarter mile or hit 180 very often, but I can take some fun corners anytime.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. I love it, man. This is a fun ride.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to drive too. And a short shift kit too.
Oh, right.
That thing is nice. It reduced the shift by like 40%.
So when is the nitrous and
pretty much done. There's not, like, so everything else is incremental, so I'd have to go crazy to get any other adjustments on it. And I still want to keep the seats, and I don't want to roll cage. I don't want to go that crazy. I still want it to be like an in-between fun car.
Yeah, it's just like an all-around. I mean, and it still has full interior. You can still throw a ton of stuff in the back, so you have like all the reliability, all the horsepower, and it's all the grip. I mean, it's a good combo for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm highly pleased with it. I'm maybe gonna get a splitter in the front, but other than that, I'm pretty much done with everything.
Yeah, I think it's a good stopping point. A lot of people will just keep going, and then they'll end up a car with no interior, and it's super loud, and then they hate driving it, and then it's like, what's even the point? Yeah. So this is like a good combination of parts for sure.
Yep, I think so too. I mean, if you want a quarter mile car, want to build something, just have it for track and things to do that, then that's fine. But
yeah, I
wanted this to kind of last me and be around for a while. So
yeah. Well, all right, man. That's a lot of good stuff. Thanks for bringing it out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Trying to get some shots with that as well. It's the first time I've ever used one, and we had some connectivity issues where it was kind of coming out of range behind the mountains, but we did manage to get at least a couple good shots. We're headed over to a local canyon road so we can see what she's got as far as grip and power, and just about there, so hopefully it goes good. So we're stopping to grab a couple photos before we go on the road. Figured this would be a good spot. We are just about out of daylight, so I'm trying to make as much use of it as I can before it goes down. But this should be a good spot to get the last couple of rays out of the day. Dude, those tires are insane. So much grip. Oh my gosh. Those 245s?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So much grip. Yeah, so we're slowing down through a residential now, but holy crap. This thing pulls hard, but it just grips like nothing. Jeez. Thoughts?
It's a fun car.
Dude, oh my gosh. I'm sweating over here.
You are sweating.
Dude.
Were you worried?
No, I wasn't worried, but jeez, that'll get you going a little bit. Just get some airflow in here. Jeez. Yeah, I'll turn on.
Make sure we're kind of high enough for everything. Dude, actually.
So we're gonna try something out. We were trying to think of different angles that we could do, and I was gonna have me driving down the street and Jordan hanging behind. And we thought, why don't we just have Jordan in the car and he's got his tablet, and hopefully he can just follow us. So the range is basically, I mean, it has over a mile of range, but since Jordan's in the car with the remote, he can just stay right with us. So hopefully it works. Can you land it on my hand?
You can, yeah.
Bring her in. Yeah.